Alright, Aaron here, and I got my Machinist rotation done. And I'll be doing the Bard next to finish off the range DPS, and then I'll be going on to the casting DPS. I can't wait to get my hands on Black Mage. I think I'm going to save that one for last, but just so that I have like the most gear, leveling it up so that it goes quicker. But with Machinist, there are a lot of things that you need to keep track of, like how much battery you have, how much heat gauge you have, all your cooldowns, and there are quite a few cooldowns, especially with like air anchor and drill, making sure you keep those on cooldown, and keeping wildfire on cooldown, and like there's just quite a bit to keep track of, even though there's not much there. And when you do have the queen out, you want to make sure you're keeping an eye on like the timer on it, so that you can get the overload at the end. But let's go into the rotation. Prepull, I do reassemble to get the crit on my first hit. I will use air anchor first because it has the longest of the two cooldowns for between drill and air anchor. That's just so that it'll come back up quicker and you'll be able to get the most battery gauge out of it. I mean, depending on what fight you're in, you may have to switch that up, because like you may only have enough time for like one or two in between, and like having air anchor at the beginning might not be the best. But after air anchor, I use barrel stabilizer to get the heat gauge up, drill and Gauss Round and Ricochet after that, to get the cooldowns, recycling. Heated split shot and heated slug shot are next, and then after those I do Gauss Round and Ricochet again, just to clear out all of those charges that you have for those. After heated clean shot, I get Wildfire in and Hypercharge, which then gets you into the heat blast phase, which you'll be getting the cooldown for Gauss Round and Ricochet up quite a bit, because after 5, that's like let's see, 45 is 3 plus 75 seconds of cooldown reduction right there. So yeah. So you get a few of those in as well, and you want to use those. You don't want to let your Gauss Round and Ricochet get back up to 3 charges. You always want to keep those on cooldown. But yeah, after that, it's pretty much going into your regular rotation, using your CDs when they come up, making sure you have enough heat gauge for Wildfire when it comes up, and getting a Hypercharge in there for Wildfire. And remember that when Automaton Queen is out, you'll want to have her at 100 battery when you summon it, and definitely make sure you're keeping an eye on the timer for that too, to make sure you get the overload as well, or overdrive I mean. So that's pretty much it. I really don't have any ideas for materia on this class. Pretty much probably more blasty things, since most of the things don't rely on skill speed all that much. But I'm pretty sure there's like a sweet spot for skill speed for this class, but I'm probably not going to get into it unless I actually get into doing this class in the next raid tier. But I don't know what class I'm going to be doing in the next raid tier. It's going to be pretty much up in the air. I'm hoping to get into a DPS class for once. Warrior is my main, but I really want to try something else. So yeah, look forward to my Bard video that's coming up, and definitely look forward to the range or the casting DPS that's also coming up next time.